Hi, my name is Debbie Hao Supin. My metric number is BB233110370. Today, I will present the relative frequency and cumulative relative frequency of production cost and profit margin. First, for relative frequency, the production cost most range are similar, around 0.1, except the 20 to 30 million range, which is higher at 0.23. While for the profit margin, most of the value are in the 25 to 30 range, which is much higher at 0.46, while other range are much smaller. Next, for the cumulative relative frequency, the production cost increased slowly, reaching 0.93 by the 80 to 90 range and 1.0 by the 90 to 100 range, while profit margin increased faster, reaching 0.93 by the 25 to 30 range and 1.0 by the next one.
Hi, my name is CHANG. My metric number is BB233110728. I am going to present part 2 measures of central location, which consists of analysis in mean, mode, and median. Before we look forward into the analysis, we must rearrange the sample data into ascending orders, which shown at my right side. From the sample data, we can obtain the sum of the production cost is 1,484.2 million, while the sum of the profit margin is 741.7%. The mean for production cost is 49.47 million, while the mean for profit margin is 24.72%. In this analysis, mean is a good measure of central location because there is no extreme values in this sample data which can be observed in part 3. Next, we will be looking forward into the analysis of mode. There is only one mode, which known as unimodal in production costs, and the value is 36.2 million by the company Infineon Technologies Malaysia Sendirian Berhad and Kosan Rubber Industry Berhad. The mode for profit margin is multimodal, which means there is more than one mode in the sample data. The first value is 21.2% by UMW Holdings Berhad and Highcom Honda Manufacturing Malaysia. The second value is 22.1% by QL Resources Berhad and Celestia Malaysia Sendirian Berhad. The third one is 23.3% by Top Glove Corporation Berhad and Malayan Dashing Power Sendirian Berhad. Next, the value is 26.3% by Western Digital Malaysia and Pharma Niaga Berhad. The next value is 27.6% by Texchem Group and Kosan Rubber Industry Berhad. And the last value is 30% by Lafarge Malaysia Berhad and Ingress Corporation Berhad. So, some companies have same values of profit. Margin does not mean their profits are equal. These values are the proportion of profits that they obtain from their total sales. In this analysis, mode is not a good measure of central location because the existence of multimodal in profit margin limits the ability of the mode in describing the center of distribution because we cannot identify that one value of mode to describe the central location. Lastly, we will look into the analysis of median. The median for production cost is 46.25 million, while the median for profit margin is 25.35%. In this analysis, median is a good measure of central location. So, in conclusion, mean and median is a good measure of central location, while mode is not a good measure of central location for this sample data.
My name is Grace Chai Sing Tong and my matrix number is BB231100275. A box plot of the dataset is created by calculating 5 key values: the minimum, maximum, median Q2, first quarter Q1, and third quarter Q3. The median production cost is 46.25 as shown in the graph. Production cost. The first quarter Q1 representing the 25th percentile in 26.45. The third quarter Q3 representing the 75th percentile is 67.7. The upper whisker of the box plots represents the largest data value with 1.5 times the interquarter range IQR above the third quarter. In this case, 1.5 IQR above Q3 is 129.58, but the maximum value is 97.20. Therefore, the upper whiskers is drawn at the maximum value 97.20. Similarly, the lower whiskers represents the smallest data value within 1.5 times the IQR below the first quarter. Here, 1.5 IQR below Q1 is negative 35.43, but the minimum value is 11.8. Therefore, the lower whiskers is drawn at the minimum value 11.8. There are no outliers because all data points lie within the whiskers. The upper whiskers 97.20 to 67.7 is longer than the lower whiskers 26.48 to 11.8. A longer upper whiskers typically indicates right positive skewness. For margin profits in percentage, the first quarter Q1 is 21.88, while the third quarter Q3 is 27.6. The median shown in the graph is 25.35. The upper whiskers of the box plot is at 31.20, which is below the upper limits of the interquarter range at 36.19. Similarly, the lower whiskers boundary is at 16.30, which is above the lower limits of the interquarter range at 13.29. Similar with the production cost, there are no outliers because all data points lie within the whiskers. The upper whiskers between 31.20 to 27.6 Q3 is closer to the quarter boundary, while the lower whiskers between 16.30 to 21.88 Q1 is farther than the boundary. This suggests potential left negative skewness, assuming whiskers are uneven due to the data distributions.
Hello everyone, my name is THIEN and my metric number is BT23303. Today I will going to present how to measure of the departures, variance and standard deviations and the coefficients of the variations. The standard deviations from production margin is 25.4184. The high standard deviations in production margin indicate significant variability in production efficiency or cost structure. This means production margin fluctuates widely, likely due to the variable costs, inconsistent resource availability, or seasonal demand. A high production margin variability can be risky as it may lead to unpredictable operations costs and profits. The standard deviations for profit margin is 3.8023. The lower standard deviations in profit margin show that profits are more stable and less impacted by the large fluctuations compared to the productions. This stability is advantageous for financial planning and provide more predictable revenue stream, which can make the company financial performance more resilient against market change. After that, the coefficients of variations for the production margin is 0.5138, which indicate that there is moderate variability relative to the average production margin. A coefficient variations above 0.5 suggests that the production margin experiences considerable fluctuations, meaning the production's efficiency or cost are the less consistent. This could reflect the impact of changing input costs, seasonal effect, or other operational challenges. The CV for the profit margin is 0.1538, indicating much lower relative variability. This lower CV means that profit margins are relatively stable compared to the production margin, which suggests that the company revenue and the profitability are more predictable and consistent over the time.
My name is XUEN and my metric number is BB233030546. So, let's see how we get the covariance first for this assignment. Covariance shows the direction of the linear relationship between x and y. In this case, our x represents the production cost and y represents the profit margin. To calculate the covariance, we use the formula below that. Firstly, we use the value of the x variable and minus the mean of this, which is 49.47, and repeat the same step for the y variable, and we need to plus them together, which we can get the sum, which is negative 2512.82. Next, divided by n minus 1, which is 30 minus 1, and we got the answer negative 86.65 for the covariance. Next is correlation coefficient. Correlation coefficient describes both the direction and the strength of the relationship between x and y. We can refer the formula to calculate it, which is using the covariance that we find out before this, and divided by the standard deviation for x, which is 25.42, times standard deviation for y, which is 3.80, and we can get the answer negative 0.9 for the correlation. In short, the correlation coefficient between production cost and profit margin is approximately negative 0.9, which is indicating a strong negative linear relationship as it crosses with 1. That's all from our group. Thank you.